Okay, so you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress me much.
Well, good morning. I am newly addicted to some YouTube vloggers who have these little clips that have a... shoot, 5 things about myself now, so I thought I would do that. Now, I haven't been tagged because I'm not popular enough on YouTube to get tagged yet, but maybe one day, popularity contests and all. So, here's the thing. I'm Monty Ollie on YouTube, and okay, so number one interesting factoid about myself. I'm eating a go-gurt. Actually, these things are called Yoplait tubes because I'm addicted to Stephen Colbert, the Colbert Report, and he did this one clip one time about how they don't allow liquids on planes. And he said, what am I going to do about my go-gurt addiction? And that's how I got into these things, and I'm painfully addicted to them. Yogurt in a tube. Number 2 interesting factoid about myself. I guess the reason my screen name is Monty Ollie. Years and years and years ago, there was a song by R.E.M. called Monty Got a Raw Deal on Automatic for the People, which came out in the early 90s, I think. And I had it at the time, and I loved that song. And then, in the mid-90s, my sister and I got a kitten, and we named him Monty. I said, can we name him Monty after that song? And then years later, I discovered an actor by the name of Montgomery Clift, and I was like madly in love with him, and I own MontyClift.com, and I'm a big fan. I was like president of the fan club, blah, blah, blah. Not quite, but... Turns out that song, Monty Got a Raw Deal, was about Monty Clift. It was kind of an interesting clip. Oh, go on. I'm being a bad driver right now. And Monty went missing at one point, and somebody returned a cat that looked like him to us, or brought a cat to us that looked like Monty, and we ended up keeping him and naming him Ollie. So like any, woman of a certain age, I seem to have a screen name that's just, my cat, my dead cat. What's another interesting factoid about myself? Oh, okay, so if you do go to my YouTube channel, I have some very strange videos. It started off, I was making a video blog of New Orleans. So I went to New Orleans last December, a year ago. And then I went again in April, and I went again this December. But the first trip was pretty soul-enriching, and I decided to make a video entries along the way. And they're not edited, and they're not... I mean, I would add, I think in Windows Media, or Windows Movie Player, or whatever it's called, I would put, like a title. That was about it. So on most of my video entries, you will see just like shaky handheld camera, and not a lot of variation on that, and no editing, and no music, nothing like that. Then, I made a video last March to show my friend Hillary how to put on a sari, because I had bought a sari for her and sent it to her in the mail. And I knew how to put one on because the lady in Little India in Toronto showed me how to do it. So I made a video. That video has over 80,000 hits currently, as of January 14th, or whatever today's date is, on YouTube. 80,000 hits, it's just weird, because I never meant for it to be really viewed by other people, but there you go. So, Joe putting on a sari, Joe in New Orleans, and then there was, I'm learning how to drive transport trucks right now, because I'm considering a career change. So I got my trucking instructor to hold the camera while I was driving down the street one day, switching into 8th gear or something. And so that's my other sort of claim to fame. Truck driving, sari wearing, traveling, New Orleans volunteering. Oh, and I made a video of myself stringing cable. For a living currently, I'm a computer technician. I was imaging a computer at a school. I work for a school board. So I was doing that one day on one of my YouTube clips. My YouTube clips are all over the map. Okay, so that was, I don't know, number 3. I'll have to edit this later. Number 2 or 3, so let's see. Go-Gurt, Monty Ollie. Right, okay, so maybe number 3 should be, number 4, or no. I don't know if I'm counting down, counting up. My bangs, maybe we'll talk about my bangs. They're really bad. I know they're really bad. My sister just trimmed them yesterday, and I'm not criticizing her work. I just don't think bangs work for me. I didn't have bangs for years. I was kind of obsessed with my hair for a lot of years. My sister and I grew up with kind of a kooky mother. We often quit, like, we know some kooky people. We often say, you know, that's what Mom was like when she was that age. Like, God bless her, I love her to pieces, but she's a little bit nutty. When we were kids, she used to cut our hair all the time, like just cut it really, really, really short. And I don't know why. I think she was just kind of OCD or something, and she also cuts her own hair. She never had hair more than like 2 inches long ever in all the years of her life. But she used to cut our hair really short when we were kids, and it drove me nuts. So by the time by the time I realized I could grow my hair out, and I did, I was, I think, 28 when I had it down to my butt. And I grew up my bangs. I had always had bangs as a kid, so when I grew them out, I kept them out for about 10 years. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm that woman, like, pushing 30 who has the same hairdo that, you know, I'm like my aunt had that thing. She had, like, this bun for 2 decades or something. Finally, she got rid of it. Now she's had this other hairdo for, like, 2 decades. You know, I was turning into that lady. I didn't want to be that lady. So there you go. So now I have bangs because somebody told me they're in style. Interestingly, I'm wearing skinny jeans today. I'm 35 years old and I'm wearing skinny jeans today because they're in style. So there you go. Maybe. Yeah. And the final get to know me clip. There was something, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Don't come to me. Well, most of my entries are in my car because I live in a very, very dark apartment and it drives me nuts. And there are only certain parts of the day where you can, where the sun is coming in that one window. So I do the odd entry in my living room. But on the whole, and I think I did one yesterday in the kitchen, which I'll try to clip together. But on the whole, I'm in my car, which is kind of kooky because I can see people are staring at me because I'm talking to myself in my car. Which is actually not that strange because I have this like freaking whacked out Alpine stereo. I spend a lot of time in my car. And last year I decided to put some money into it and get a really kick-ass stereo because I love to sing. So I guess that's my 5th thing, which you probably already know about me. But lately I'm into PC country. I'm addicted to this song. This is typically what I do in my car. I sing. And I usually dance too. People always look at me in the rear view. It's been a long time looking for a place